The vote is in. After months of debate and more than 2,000 design submissions, Minnesota will have a new state flag. Minnesota's new state flag design was selected this week. As Kevin Miller reports, this piece of history had local influence.
A has the north point, B has the 2 points facing down and facing up.
After hours of deliberation and thousands of design ideas,
me as a designer, when I see at A2 the way I'm looking at it right now, why do I see the Mississippi River pointing up to the North Star? And that's it. For me, that's the story.
The State Emblems Redesign Commission voted Tuesday to accept the new flag design.
It's an 8-pointed star over the shape of Minnesota that's symmetrical, and there is a single light blue color.
The beauty about that flag, it's all pointing to the northern star, the same star that we have here in the state capitol.
Commission Chair Luis Fitch said the colors of the flag reminded him of a certain body of water.
We have this river that starts here in Minnesota and obviously across the United States, and that's the Mississippi River, and what the Mississippi River has done for generations and generations and generations.
In the next one, we've removed everything that is European, right?
Fitch hosted an exhibit analyzing the old flag at North Hennepin Community College.
All I'm doing is removing things.
By eliminating divisive images, he said the new flag can speak to anyone.
If you think about some of the best flags in the world, it's not about complexity or too many meaning. It's about all of us rally behind the simplicity of this flag.
Meanwhile, Representative Mike Freiberg of Golden Valley helped introduce the bill to change the flag.
Honestly, it wasn't what I was expecting the final flag to look like, but I think there were lots of good reasons presented for it, and it's a decision that I can 100% get behind.
Freiberg said unless the legislature makes changes, it'll be adopted on May 11th. Republican Representative Bjorn Olsen questioned the process.
The people should be able to vote in November to accept this flag,
saying voters should have picked the new design at the ballot box. But Fitch said he expected some controversy.
We're going to have a little bit of that in social media. It's going to go nuts.
He hopes the flag will give the next generation something to rally around.
But I think it's the younger generations are going to fall in love with it.
In St. Paul, Kevin Miller, CCX News.
The commission will meet virtually on Wednesday, December 27th to discuss its final report. A fundraiser is taking place to help a young man who was brutally beaten outside his mother's Brooklyn Park home. A GoFundMe fundraiser has started for Devin Gray, the victim of the December 9th attack. Police say he was ambushed from behind and struck nearly 50 times with a metal baseball bat. Gray worked as a detention deputy for the Hennepin County Sheriff's Office. The suspect in the case, Mario Riera Arias, has been charged with first-degree attempted murder and first-degree assault. The criminal complaint indicates the suspect targeted Gray because he was dating the suspect's estranged wife. According to the fundraising site, the victim is no longer in a medically induced coma, but faces a long road to recovery. Robinsdale's new water treatment plant is getting statewide recognition. The Public Works Department received an American Public Works Association Minnesota Chapter Award for Environmental Project of the Year. Public Works Director and City Engineer Richard McCoy says it's an honor.
Your goal is not to win awards, it is to do the best job you can for the residents that you serve. I think luckily for us, we ended up with an amazing product.
McCoy says he believes the award came from a number of factors. One is the facility's green roof covered in foliage. Another is after the lime softening process removes hardening from the water, the excess sludge is pressed down and brought to a farm in Owatonna. Robinsdale partnered with Maple Grove firm AE2S, which explained other ways the new plant is environmentally conscious.
Substantially reduce the amount of chlorides that are being discharged to the sanitary sewer, ultimately ending up in the streams and rivers that we value within the state.
Vollmer also says 100% of the water brought into the treatment plant is used in some way. A popular Brooklyn Park restaurant received some big recognition this week. One of the items on the menu at Wagners Drive-In was singled out for being the best around.
They always know they're going to get a good burger here.
For nearly 40 years, Brooklyn Park has been home to Wagners Drive-In Restaurant.
They're the best burgers in town. and onion rings and fries.
This place is a symbol of a bygone era when drive-in restaurants reigned supreme.
It was a gathering place. People would come up and meet their neighbors to come and get a snack.
Jim Wagner is the longtime owner of this Brooklyn Park institution. And while he's seen plenty of changes over the years, there's one thing that's remained constant: the burgers.
It's not really tweaked. We came up with basically a good recipe for the burgers, and we always do them fresh.
It's one of the reasons why people keep coming back year after year, decade after decade.
You got the Wrangler burger, the mushroom and Swiss, all the way down to patty melts and on and on. There's always something for everybody.
Customers aren't the only ones who've noticed. Earlier this month, in a survey of locally owned businesses, Wagners was singled out as having the best burgers.
The best award, Wagners Drive-In, the best burgers from, I guess, a national media group.
Wagner says he uses a higher quality grade of beef, and he trains his staff to properly season the burgers and cook them to perfection.
The cooks here are not taught to flip it every 5 seconds. They pretty much put it down on the grill, leave it alone for a minute, approximately 4 or 5 minutes, and then flip it, and that way you get a better tasting burger.
Yet while recognition is always nice, he didn't get into this business to win awards. The goal is to please the customers.
I believe that. I've been coming here for many years.
After nearly 40 years, he must be doing something right.
I'm not competing with anybody else. I compete with myself.
Wagner says he's also experienced a number of health issues in the last few years, from cancer to a quintuple bypass, but retirement isn't in the cards just yet.